Audio Jungle.
Hello, good morning viewers. Welcome back to Factual Indonesia News on Saturday, 20 December 2020. I am Mutiara Sani, will accompany you with the most factual information. And here is the news for you. The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, is projecting a deep global recession in 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic, with global economies expected to shrink by 4.4%. Speaking Tuesday at the IMF's World Economic Outlook Forum in Boston, IMF chief economist Gita Govinath said the pandemic shut down business and industry throughout the world. While most economies reopened, prompting the IMF to improve its current forecast to somewhat over its June prediction, Govinath said resurgences of the virus and other political uncertainties suggest the global economic recovery will be slow and uneven well into 2021. IMF says Indonesia's economic downturn is likely to be worse than previously expected, as Southeast Asia's largest economy struggles to contain the coronavirus pandemic. Indonesia's gross domestic product, or GDP, is now expected to shrink by 1.5% this year, rather than the 0.3% contraction the IMF had projected in June. The IMF said in its report that all emerging markets and developing economy regions were expected to contract this year, including notably emerging Asia, where large economies such as India and Indonesia continue to try to bring the pandemic under control. Indonesia has been struggling to contain the outbreak in the country as COVID-19 cases reached 340,622 with more than 12 deaths as of Tuesday afternoon, official data show. The country has been adding around 3,000 to 4,000 cases daily since September 19. The IMF projection is largely in line with the government's estimate for a full-year contraction of 0.6% to 1.7% made in late September, down from GDP growth of 5.04% in 2019. Indonesia's GDP was down 5.32% year-on-year in the second quarter due to falling household spending and investment, with economists and government officials projecting another contraction in the third quarter, which would mark a recession. The government has said it expects an additional 4 million Indonesians to fall into poverty and 5.5 million people to lose their jobs during the coronavirus pandemic. The government's efforts to contain the pandemic and extended fiscal support would help boost economic growth to 5% in 2021, the Finance Ministry Fiscal Policy Agency Director for State Budget Policy Ubaidi Sohail Hamidi said on Thursday, adding that a rise in commodity prices and accommodative fiscal and monetary policies would help lift the economy. The government will prepare 2.75 rupiah quadrillion or $186.3 billion in state expenditure to fuel the virus-battered economy next year, with a large chunk of the spending allocated to infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Well, viewers, that's all the news for today. Don't forget to always apply the health protocol wherever you go. Stay safe and stay healthy. I am Mutiara Sani. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.